In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. On the visitors' sideline, Giants head coach Brian Daboll. His guys falling in the season opener, getting a second straight road game to start the season. On the other side, you've got... We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Giants, and Greg, it is the latest stop for Russell Wilson. A decade and a Super Bowl in Seattle, 2 years in Denver, last year in Pittsburgh, and now Russell Wilson is the Giants QB.
I think when you take a step back and you look at last week's loss, I think there was some good and there was some bad, and I think you could really say that about the entire team. The 2 touchdown passes were great. Of course, he's got to stop giving the ball away with the interception, but I think if he continues to clean up some of his fundamentals, continue to improve his decision-making, and then on top of that, guys around him just have to continue to play better.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 21 yards.
A pickup of 21 on that connection. First down, Giants. They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
First down, Giants.
A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down at the 29-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
They'll go with the sneak. And he will have a Giants first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
And he'll take this one in. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. That his first touchdown of the new year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The score, Giants 7, Cowboys nothing.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Cavante Turpin on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys come out, and they are led out by Dak Prescott, as they have been for a decade. Wow. It's his 10th season as a Cowboy, 3-time Pro Bowler, who is now 32 years old. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And this play's going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Brings up second and 12.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10. On the carry, it's Williams. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, Cowboys.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. Here's a handoff to Williams. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. Second down.
At the 14-yard line.
While we have a moment, why don't we take a look at the key inactives not playing in the ball game here this afternoon. They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Gunnar Olszewski. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense ready to get going with their second possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. And you play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
And it's third down.
Wilson now to throw on third down. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down. The Giants sending out their punter, Devontae Turpin, to return for the Cowboys. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Cowboys offense about ready to get going on their second possession. Greg, they say flush a game after you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener and you get blown out, is it even harder to flush for players?
Well, certainly that's the question, Mike. And regardless of how much the coach stands up there and you try to say, hey, it's a new week, we've got to move forward. And certainly that's the case in the NFL. If you let bad losses linger, you're going to find yourself in a bigger hole. So the problem is when you spend all week and you spend all season saying, okay, this is week 1, we're going to get off to a great start, and you lay an egg and you're non-competitive, The last thing you want in the NFL, Mike, is for doubt to set in. So we're going to find out pretty quickly here in this one. Was last week just 1 out of 17 and they're going to move on, or is this going to be signs of things to come as the rest of this season unfolds?
Lamb going to see what he can do here. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He'll let this go for Pickens. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. A big play for the Cowboys. A gain of 48.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
2nd down. Prescott. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Dexter Lawrence. He gets in to drop him for his 1st sack of the young season.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We're back to Arlington in a moment. On 4th down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the 1st half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now Russ. That's to Robinson. He's got it. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
They'll look underneath here for Tracy. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Jamie Gillen on now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And And this ball going to be touchdown just shy of midfield. The Cowboys offense headed back to take over once more. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying, you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. Always feels a different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
Yeah, and it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs, clearly towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. And it has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of don't hate. They hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things at the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch rival type of vibe. And I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Play action. Now, Wilson. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And that ball's intercepted by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
I'm a big fan, Mike, of quarterbacks willing to take chances. I don't want my guys sitting there scared to throw the ball downfield. But as always, it does come with a little bit of balance. He tried to get that one all in one throw and just doesn't get quite enough pace on it, and it ends up going the other way.
The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference about my kick to touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field a lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
Darius Slayton was the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the Passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7 in all outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags will also play in London week 6 and 7. The Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And he will get into the end zone. C.D. Lamb, touchdown Cowboys. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this game.
Is good. Makes the score Cowboys 20, Giants 7.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Olszewski now to return. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Giants offense getting set to get back to work. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release. The draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
Yeah, you know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. And Cam Ward goes number 1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, I think you look at Ashton Genty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. It kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, a loose football. And the Cowboys are going to come away with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Brian Daboll there, the head coach of the Giants. His guys heading back out for their next possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On the give, it's Tracy. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Giants first down. Good run here with Devin Singletary. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
New York.
Play action. It's Wilson. This one is caught by Robinson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
It is brought in the end zone. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the 1st down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
Gano on to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Giants are back within 6.
Cowboys 20, Giants 14.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. There's C.D. Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Prescott from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big connection from Dak to CD. 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Prescott now. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
A loss of a yard.
Prescott.
Brings up 2nd down at the 37.
To the left side. He's got Tolbert. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
26 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Cowboys.
And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Play action now. Prescott. Open. Left side is Schoonmaker. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Dallas. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Open man, that's Slayton.
Wilson's pass complete to
Set to go now
Slayton.
on 1st and 10.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Giants.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson.
Wilson's pass.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up manageable 2nd down.
Rolling to the left. And he'll go into a slide here. They're going to mark him just a little short of the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Giants.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll run again. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime report. All right. 3rd quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Turpin. Good return, but he pays the price at the end. Picked up and thrown down. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
He was brought down by Andrew Phillips.
Here now, 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
The Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Prescott. To the left side, he's got Ferguson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. It's 3rd and 4.
At the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll try to run for it. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
A gain there of 20. 1st down, Cowboys.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now a give up the middle, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
On the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Dak to throw. We'll get this out wide to Tolbert. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. Sets up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
To throw is Dak. under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Kayvon Thibodeau. He gets there for the sack, setting up 4th down.
All right, so it's only one drive here in the second half, and they trail pretty big here to start the third. But it seems this defense came out with a little different energy than we saw in the first half. Whatever was said in the locker room seemed to have worked. Now it's the offense's chance to see if they can cut into this deficit.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Giants offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Wilson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Second and 1 at the 43-yard line.
On the ground, here's Tracy. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. Here's 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it end. He does. 1st down.
A pickup of 2 yards. And a Giants 1st down.
Now Wilson. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
7-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
A carry here for Tracy. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, New York.
Wilson now, off the bootleg. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Singletary. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
Land on the tackle. That's a gain of 4.
They'll try to sneak it here, and it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
1st down, New York.
1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 18 for number 18. And a 1st down.
Giants.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is first and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Tracy will score. Touchdown. G-Man.
Touchdown, New York.
Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Wilson has everyone set as they will go for two.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try to run it with Tracy. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
On second down, it's Dak. He'll let this go for Pickens. That's caught. And he will score. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys. For Pickens, his first touchdown as a Dallas Cowboy. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. The Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Olszewski now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Connects with his big tight end, man Hurts. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. Run to start the fourth quarter, and here's Tracy. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
The tackle made at the 40.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. appears one of the Giants, yes, they were able to fall on it, so they keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Touchdown, Giants. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants are able to cut the deficit to 10.
27.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Short kick taken at the 17. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. That's good for a Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now the first carry for Miles Sanders. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
49-yard line.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play. This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Quick throw on target to Pickens. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Up the middle they go. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Back at the 37.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. On the give, it's Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
That's caught by Tolbert, right side. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
That's another Cowboys.
A give, and here comes Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw is Prescott. That is caught. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
First down.
Williams? No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's got his big tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Dallas. And this has to feel good for this team, Greg. After losing week 1, to continue to add to the lead here in the 4th quarter and get themselves likely back to 500.
Yeah, just a really nice bounce-back performance. After talking to them, they felt really disappointed in their week 1 performance. They felt like they got off to a slow start, Mike. So now here in week 2, bounce back, deal with a little adversity early in the season. I think this is going to bode well as the rest of this year plays on.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The shotgun, Wilson. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. This one is caught by Robinson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Defense.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down at the Cowboys' 28-yard line.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Giants' 1st down.
And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. This one caught at the 4.
Wilson's pass.
And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. And he'll go the wrong way, trying to use that speed to get out to the pylon, but he had to give ground, and they tackle him for a loss.
At the 3-yard line.
And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Forced out wide, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Russell Wilson, touchdown, New York. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
34.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Illegal touching. Offense.
This is tough. You're trying to give your guys a chance and time it just right, but you have to hit it hard enough. This time, it doesn't go 10 yards. Not going to work out.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
44-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
46-yard line.
So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. They'll drop to throw. Pushed out to his right. And that's not going to do it. They'll get about 3, but it's 4th and long coming up. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
12. First down, New York.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Here's 2nd down.
Sacked. A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
Wilson. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll step up and run this.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
A 37-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Offense.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys, as we say so long from Arlington.